even if the light is not. Okay, so welcome back to the second part of All About the Benjamin. Before we get to that, let's talk about some of the great shows. Just wait 1 second, Dan. We're going to talk about some of the great shows that we have coming up next month in September. Starting in September, every Monday, with a few exceptions, and we'll talk about that in a second, we're going to have our open mic. So we used to do it once a month, and then for the last few years we've done it twice a month. Starting in September, every Monday we're going to be doing open mic at Yebo Cafe. It's free to get in. If you sign up in advance and get on stage, you get a free beer. And we're going to be doing that every Monday at Yebo unless we have another show.
They said that there were 2 girls, but
on the 11th of September at Proza Cafe, right in the middle of the Riddick, we're going to be starting our pulp nonfiction series once again. The theme is going to be heroes. You're going to see some of our favorite performers here in Brunswick telling true and funny stories, and that is on Tuesday, September 11th. On the 24th at Vertigo, Rackman Blake will be doing his story party. If anybody's there, it's like funny dating stories and stand-up. It's a lot of fun. And then on the 30th of September, right here at La Charnia, will be me, the Derek Careview, with my Heartbreaker show. Thank you very much. Thank you. Which I'm going to be taking on the road on Thursday. I'm going to be on the bus for 24 hours because I'm going to go to Croatia. I'm going to do 2 shows in Croatia, a show in Slovenia, 2 shows in Budapest. Yeah, I'm a pretty big fucking deal. Yeah, it's true. And then I'm going to be in Bratislava. Then I'm going to do like 7 or 8 shows in Poland. And I'm going to be bringing it all home right here. We're going to be doing a professional recording of it. You should really be here for it because it's going to be fucking great. Clap your hands. Come on, give me a little bit of come on. Now, these are all things that you can know if you like this on the Worldwide Comedy Facebook page. And if you have signed up here to give us your email address, so we're going to be choosing 2 people. We're going to be giving away 2 tickets to any show in September. If you want to use it for open mic, you know, that's your business, but that's still a free show. Who's the first one, Dan? Let's find out. The first one, let's see. Okay, what do we got here? Sean Coates. Sean Coates. This guy cannot stop winning. He won a t-shirt, and now he has won a ticket. Sean, thank you very much. That's what happens when you wear this shirt. Remember that? Wait a second, Sean, come here. Come here, Sean. Let's show the shirt. We don't have any for sale right now, but one time soon. These shirts will be on sale once again. Get your orders in now. Thank you very much, Sean. $5.20 off every show. Okay. And who do we have here? Svetlana. Svetlana, if there's more than one Svetlana, you have to fight to only the one. Okay. Only one show, there you go. Any show in September. Thank you so very much. Thank you for participating. Thank you for playing. Dan, take this with you, please. Dan, okay. All right, so we're going to keep on going to the next part of the show. Our final part of the show, our headliner. He has been performing with us for a little while. But for the thing, you know, we heard a couple of things about Ben. And the thing is, Ben is, well, he's English. Yeah. Now, we do our absolute best not to hold it against him, you know. And, you know, because I'm an American, and when it's funny, because I live here in Poland, when I go home, I'll have friends ask me, they'll say, oh, you know, Derek, what's it like having to learn how to drive on the other side of the road? I said, well, no, you know, no, in Poland, they drive on the same side of the road we do. Like, oh, okay. Like, well, what was it like learning how to drink warm beer? So, you know, in Poland, they serve beer cold. Oh, okay. That must have been terrible having to, instead of drinking coffee, having to drink, you know, tea with milk. It's like, no, I still drink coffee. Yeah. And I kind of realized from the questions that a lot of times for people in America, you know, if it's not America, maybe it's England? Maybe? So, our next guy actually is from England, but he's the kind of guy, this is the kind of guy who will bug the shit out of you for months about getting his own headline show. What about that headline show, Derek? Can I get that headline show? Could you call up? They're trying to give me a headline show. I'd really like a headline show. Please, can I have a headline show, please? I say, I guess in August, you know. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna be on holiday, and I come back the day of the fucking show. We thought that, you know, we were just going to have random people in the audience come on because his plane was going to, because he's coming from Italy, you know. But he's here, and he's ready. And I'm afraid, the thing is, I'm pretty sure he's a man who fears death. But I'm really hoping that won't affect his performance for all of you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our headliner tonight, Ben Wieland!
Thank you for the last person clapping. Hello everybody! Hi, I am your senior's worst nightmare. I'm the kind of comedian that will come up with lots of energy and say, how you doing everybody? And but you're a little bit slow. I said, how you doing everybody? Went like that. And it kind of rippled across. So we're going to try it again. We need to be working. You've had a whole first half, right? To sort of get ready and to get prepared to laugh. Okay, so we're going to do this again and you're going to do it properly this time. Are we ready? How are we doing everybody? We good? A couple of little tiny things before we begin. Obviously, it's a big night. It's a big thing. Today is very, very large an event. It's the friends, a couple of friends of mine are having their 3rd wedding anniversary, and I think that's a bit more important than my headline show. So well done, guys. And my mother-in-law is in the audience. Yeah, but she doesn't speak any English, so it's fine. So I've come up with this little thing here. So Mum, his laugh. His laugh in Russian. And this one means clap. So when I put the sign up, that's your job. Okay. So that's the introduction to the introduction, right? Now, I just want to sort of start off by saying hello, my name's Ben. People, and I'm sure some of you in the audience tonight are thinking, how old is he? And I want to extend an invitation to you, sir, in the front row. How old would you say I am?
35. Young enough.
Young enough? Fucking old enough, mate, is what you're supposed to say. Young enough. Jesus Christ, you take me to school? You take me to school? No, don't worry. Okay. Good, okay, no, so a bit of serious one with a number in it would be nice. I can't see anyone behind the first load. Are you there?
33.
33, there we go! Now, in 2 days' time, it's my birthday, and I will be 27. Yeah, so thank you very much, sir. I said 27, someone over here went, woo. When I first told this joke, in my first ever set, I ever did a stand-up, I said, yeah, I was 3 years ago, so I was 24, and I said to this crowd, actually, no, I'm 24, and a girl in the audience went, whoa! Which I thought was overselling it a little bit, I mean, come on. And it's only got worse since then, so, I don't know, thank you very much, everybody, you've been very kind. The thing is, it's not just you, man, there, who thinks I'm too old, or you there, sir, who thinks I'm of, I don't know, paedophilic age. You're welcome to leave at whatever point you want. You shoot this out of the front. People always used to say I look old, right? This happened all through my life. Even before the beard, the belly, it's always happened. So I was 18 and I was working at this shop. Anyone here heard of Castorama? Yeah. No, big clap for that DIY store. For anyone who's not from, Poland, it's a DIY store. You can get nails there or hammers. Nothing very exciting, right? But I used to work there, and it was back in the day when I just got my first ever phone with a picture on the front where you could see the screen, right? And I had a picture of my girlfriend, who will come into this story later, on my phone. And a lady came up to me and said, "Oh, excuse me, what's the time?" And I said, "Check out my new phone." And she said, "Oh, that's a nice picture of your daughter." Oh, no. 18, I was.
How's that?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Last time, this time last year, I was doing a show here. I was stood just over there, and I met this new. Get out! You had all 10 minutes to go to the toilet, Glenn. Yeah, I know you're still here. Fine. All right. Now, we just fucking off track. That's quick. That was what? That was about 3 minutes before I went off stage, off plan, whatever. Let's start the timer now. Anyway, yeah. So what was I talking about?
Your phone.
Yeah, no, but I was talking about something before that. Oh, yeah, ex-girlfriend, yeah. So, what are we doing? Fucking hell, man, this is quick. This has really gone downhill fast, right? No, so the next story, right, is I was here, I was doing a gig, and this American guy came, and he lives in Vienna. And the only thing I have in my head that links those two places together, America and Vienna, which is in Austria, for any Americans in the room, is, yeah, it's the capital. It's not in England. So the only thing I have that links those two places is one time I went for a Bruce Springsteen concert in Vienna. Right, so I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, I've got a conversation topic here. I once saw Bruce Springsteen in Vienna." He said, "Who?" I was like, What do you mean who? He said, "Who's Bruce Springsteen?" I was like, "Come on, Bruce Springsteen is an icon of American music. Like all his songs, like they represent Midwest America. All this working class stuff is amazing. Surely you've heard of Born to Run, Born in the USA. These are anthems of your country." And he said, "Well, maybe for someone of your generation." Yeah, terrible. The worst time, which made me think of this joke, was when I was working in Berlin about 3 years ago, so I was 24. We had this new intern come. She was bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, little squirrel girl. No, she wasn't. She was from Belarus, which is even weirder. Who's heard of Belarus? Yeah, it's the best reaction Belarus has ever had. So well done, Belarus. Well done, Belarus. But yeah, so this new girl comes in, and we thought we'd take her out on her first day for a meal to welcome her to the team. And I said, my colleague said to her, how old are you, Olga the squirrel? And she said, "I'm 18. And we all sort of ground our teeth and thought, "Fuck you, you young person with all your life ahead of us. You, all your life ahead of you." And then she said, "Oh, how old are you?" to the girl that had asked her the question. She said, "How old do you think I am?" She said, "29. Correct. Tick. 1-0 to the girl that's a squirrel. But then I said, "Oh, how old do you think I am?" And she said, "Oh, you are 35, you have kids, yes?" Kids? How do you even look like I have kids? I mean, Christ, this mic is going a bit funny. It hit me hard, right? It really was, it was painful. I didn't say anything after that, I just kind of went quiet. And, for the 6 months of her internship, every day, every night, every morning, couldn't sleep, couldn't think, everything, nothing, couldn't think of anything except for the fact that she said that I'm 35 kids. How do you look like 35 kids? How do you look like it's how? Couldn't sleep, could never sleep. I could never sleep. I was awake all the time for 6 months. For 6 months! And then on her last day, I sort of dragged myself into the office because I hadn't slept. That was yours. Come on, people. And I said to her, we went for a little drinks for her leaving, and I said, "Oh, do you remember that thing you said about me 6 months ago about my old body?" Oh, I fucked up the fucking punchline. No, I won't start over. Have some beer and we'll carry on. No. So. So we. Oh, it's a really good one though. It's a way to start the show. Anyway, so she said, I said, oh, you look 35. We're just going to go back and imagine that bit didn't happen, right? Okay? So it's. Didn't happen. You can't applaud mistakes. You can't applaud mistakes. So I said, 35 with kids? How could you say that? She said, oh. I said, I'm 24. She said, oh, you have old body. Which wouldn't be funny if I'd said it at the time. But so now I'm about to call back to it, and that's why I had to do the first bit, right? So I went back to, we went out on her drink night. Remember the crazy bit and the shouting, yeah? Before the beer. I then said, do you remember what you said to me? You said I have an old body, yeah? And she said, no. I said you are old, buddy. Well, it's going well so far. How are you guys doing? So yeah, this show's called All About the Benjamin. That's me. It's actually more about how I struggle with failure. So that was an apt introduction. Anyway, I just want to start the real part of the show by pointing out that I'm happily married, and my lovely wife is sat in the audience over here. Yeah. Fucking hell, this is great. This is really and if you want a fucking ego boost, just come up here, man. It's great. Whoa. Anyway, and I say that by way of pointing out that it's going to be okay. At the end, there's no sad ending to this. It's actually a good story. But not too long ago, I found that my ex-girlfriend had gotten married. Yeah, my ex-girlfriend from 7 years ago. So you know, there's plenty of time to sort of get over someone. Some might say, particularly given that I've now gotten married to someone else. But no, I thought it was fine. I thought it was fine about it. It was fine, I didn't mention it ever, it was fine. But then, I was looking through Instagram the other day, and some pictures came up of her at her wedding, and I didn't know she was getting married that day, and it kind of took me by surprise a little bit, and I was a little bit shocked, and then it said in the caption underneath, oh, for all those people who are interested, we've made a new Instagram account just for me and my husband's lovely, lovely vacation. We're going to take our honeymoon. It's going to be amazing. And I was like, well, that sounds fucking shit. So I clicked on it. Yeah. Best line of the show. So I clicked on it. And yeah, there was these pictures of her and her new husband, and they were perfect, and it looked perfect, and it was great. It was great. It was perfect. She was so lovely looking, and he looked great, and he has a boat, and they went on his boat, and they went to Croatia, and they love it, and it was a great time. Oh my God! There was nothing about it that wasn't great. It was perfect. Everything about it was fucking perfect, and I was happy for them, and I loved it, and I really, really, really loved it. And she had a boat, and he had a boat, and oh my God, he had a fucking boat! And the worst thing was, my dad was a subscriber. Which, I mean, it just kind of makes sense. She was always his favourite, and so I suppose that now her new husband is his favourite. So let me like, has anyone seen Shaun the Dead? Yeah, oh, Hot Fuzz, all those movies. So the main character, Simon Pegg, he's always the kind of guy who life kind of seems like it's gone wrong for him. And there's always a character in the movie, played by a guy called Martin Freeman, who you'll know from Sherlock or The Hobbit. Yeah. Who's supposed to be the good version of Shaun. He's supposed to be the one that was successful, and if he'd done all of his life the right way, he'd look like that. And he'd have a life like that. And this guy, with his boat, he's my Martin Freeman. And I'm not even a hobbit, I don't even get to be a hobbit. tough, you know? It was tough. and it hit me pretty hard, I'm not going to lie. And the thing is, I thought, and it got in my head, and I was thinking about it for a long time. And I thought, I'm going to be just like a normal adult, I'm just going to let it go by. I'm going to check our old Facebook chats. I'm going to check our old Facebook chats. That's a good idea. I'm going to check our old Facebook chats. Yeah. And so what I did was I went back and I read it all. It was horrible. I thought I'd been an adult, a big, strong man, able to just take everything like the waves of the sea against a rock. I thought I was perfect. But no. I'm lucky that Facebook has kept it all for me to read back whenever I want. I was reading one, and this is me to her, at about 11 AM. I want to be able to remember the time we spent together fondly, as it played such a huge role in my short life so far. Without the shadow of angst and torture over my memory of you. Without the shadow of angst and torture over my memory of you. What a wanker. But the thing is, so I was reading that and then I was reflecting on it. And I thought, well, actually at the time I didn't realise it, but I was probably the lucky one, right? So she was off, I don't know, doing whatever she was doing, but I was 2 weeks away. I was sitting on the toilet at the time, and I was 2 weeks away from fisting Jessica Alba.
Sorry?
So I was the lucky one, really. Let's be honest. Yeah, I think we can all agree with that. Doesn't matter what she was doing, it doesn't matter. I'm the lucky one. Do you want me to tell? I suppose you need me to tell you what that is about. You didn't want me to just leave you hanging on there. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, fine. So, when I was at university, I lived in a house with 3 other guys. One of them is sat over there. So you can also. It was more of a kind of at a zoo. Look to the right, you can see the gibbons kind of thing. Like look and observe, but don't sort of knock on the glass. You might. Anyway, and if you do look at him and you look at me and we stand next to each other and you watch the way I've performed on stage, you'll probably guess that it was a kind of lads-only affair, not very many girls or even friends knocking around the place. We spent quite a lot of our time playing Football Manager. Anyone here heard of it?
Yeah!
I still play it. Currently I've got over 1,200 hours on Football Manager 2012. Woo! Yeah, but I also own 2009, 2010, 2011, 2014, 15, 16 and 17. I love that game, but not 13, because they know what they did with that one. But it's a great game, right? And the trouble is, it doesn't engender lots of friends, and we were kind of lonely. After 2 years of living together in our own flats and pizza boxes, we wanted to get out to see the world. So what we did, smart idea, was we opened up the Football Manager Society at university for other like-minded weirdos to come and join us. And it worked. We gathered, I'd say, upwards of 10 friends out of this thing. It was
No
great.
girls! No girls!
Two girls. Yeah, that's a different story. That's a different story. But yeah, so we got these friends, and particularly these 2 great guys, Swedish guys, absolutely amazing, absolute legends, but they were only there for 3 months or something. They're only there for 1 term. So we said to them, well, we have to have a great party to see you off when you leave. And they said, yes. You know. That's the racist Swedish impression out of the way. They said, yeah, let's do that. We'll bring along some of our Swedish girlfriends. And we were like, Swedish girls? So I thought what would be a great idea to prove to the Swedish girls that we're great is we did a Swedish themed party where you had to dress up as someone or something from Sweden. I took this very seriously. I dressed myself, all of my skin was blue, and all of my hair was yellow, because I was the Swedish flag. Yeah, I went to some effort, and I bounded down the stairs into the crowded living room, and everyone was sitting there in their fucking normal clothes, perfectly normally. Haha, look at Ben, he's dressed up as a flag. We're all just sitting here having a normal time. What a weirdo. Even the Football Manager nerds were looking down on me. Yeah, oh, shame on him. Boo him. Boo. You are a terrible pantomime crowd. Anyway, So yeah, so I quickly realised I'd made a mistake, but they didn't let me get rid of the paint. They said, no, we're playing drinking games, and we played drinking games, and they got me deliberately drunk. They played everything to make me drink more. I got so drunk that I don't remember leaving the house, let alone getting to the club, where I was pronounced too drunk to stay for very long, and my friends sent me home. On my own, they didn't take me home, they sent me home, because that's English friendship for you, but yeah. So anyway, so I'm at home asleep, and I wake up, and I'm being shaken awake by my friends, and they're like, Ben, are you okay? Ben, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. What's going on, man? They're like, look at you! And I look down, and I'm kind of shirtless, and green is everywhere, and blood is all down my arm, and I'm sort of lying in my own blood, and I'm like, oh, what happened? And they were like, fucking hell, what do you mean what happened? Have you seen the state of the house? And just to quickly explain the state of the house, the British houses are weird. Everyone's heard the whole sort of stereotype about two different taps. Well, this place had a room for a toilet, and just the toilet, and in a bathroom where you wash your hands. So 2 dirty doors every time. Beautiful, beautiful planning there, yeah. Anyway, the door to the toilet room had glass in it, so you can fucking read the only thing you're going to be doing in that room is pissing or shitting, hopefully. and there's glass on the door, so everyone can watch you. So we put a picture of Jessica Alba on the poster, on the door. Yeah, the soon-to-be Mrs. Jessica Alba on the door. Anyway, and so, yeah, so they said, look at the glass, look at the glass. Everyone, I was like, what? They said, look at the window. So I ran to the bathroom, and I looked up the window, and I said, no, it's fine, the window's fine. And they said, no, look at the window in the toilet, and there was a little window in the wall. And I ran in, and I was like, oh, it's fine, there's nothing here. And they said, turn around, look at Jessica. It was a mess. She was lying on the floor, legs ripped apart. Oh, it was terrible. There was glass everywhere, which I'd now run through twice. And of course, my first reaction was to say, that wasn't me. Well, let's look at the evidence. What are those things around the edge of the door, Ben? I was like,
No shit, Sherlock.
yeah. Little blue fingerprints. It was like a genocide of Smurfs in there. And then there was blood all down the glass shards. And it was the same colour as my blood. And I thought, well, okay, there's some circumstantial evidence here, but no one can prove it. But unfortunately, in the eyes of the landlord, they could prove it. So I had to pay for the glass window to be removed and replaced. And then the next day, the shower that I had ran green with shame. It was a terrible day. The last time I told this joke, I finished off and everyone was like, oh yeah, well done. That's weird. And some man stood up and he was like, hey! What about Swedish girls? Yeah, well, which is fair enough. Obviously my story didn't grip you in the way that I thought it had been, what I would have loved to have said to him was, yes, I went off on a 38-month sexual tour of Scandinavia, where I developed a small little colony of little Bens who are all now doing comedy in Swedish. But yeah, no, unfortunately, no. What actually happened, I can relay from stories of other people, is my Swedish friend introduced me to the Swedish girls, and I went. At which point they sent me on my way home for my date with Jessica. So it was terrible. But yes, like I said, I definitely am the lucky one. Because no one else gets that kind of stuff, you know? I definitely am the lucky one. Hang on a second. Anyway. Professional. Now, the good thing is I definitely am the lucky one because it set me up for 2 years later to meet my lovely wife Masha. We met in the We've rooted already. Yeah. Why? You know, she want her up on stage. Yeah. Now, so I'll tell you how we met very briefly. It's a classic love story, really classic love story. I'm a British guy. She's a girl from Belarus. We met in an anti-corruption conference in Lithuania. Pretty standard story. I was studying anti-corruption. When the applications opened, I put my name down first, got accepted straight away. I was so into anti-corruption. She applied on the last day. Didn't care about anti-corruption and was told that Belarusians got to go free. Like I said, it's a classic love story. Classic love story, it really was. No, it was a classic love story because what people forget is before Tinder, everyone met at anti-corruption conferences in Vilnius. It was crazy. It was amazing. It was a different world. Everybody was a different world. It was a different world. But hang on a second. I'm sorry.
I'd say you're punching above your weight if you weren't so big.
Couldn't let me have 2 seconds to check my notes. That was going in the next show, it's fine. But yeah, so she didn't give 2 shits really, but I noticed when I was there, this is the most beautiful girl in the whole conference. And I'm sure you'll agree that at an anti-corruption conference, the talent is unbelievable. But I was so desperate, I said, no, she's definitely the girl for me, I have to go and meet her. So I said, I made an effort to go and talk to her, and when we were walking around the old town in Vilnius, I thought, this is a great idea, I'll ask her a question, guaranteed to get a good response. I said, where is your favourite city? She said, I like Rome. City of love. I was like, aha, I like Berlin. And she said, Berlin's shit. And you know, it's that level of sort of ruthless realism that really made me know that she was the woman for me. So it's certainly something that I've been living with every single minute of every single day of our lives since then. That was well, okay, that was supposed to be a dig, but fine. Yeah, woo, yeah. No, fine. But anyway, then so she's taken on some adventures. It's been very fun since meeting her. We've been to Ukraine. A very exotic place. Everyone wants to go to Ukraine, right? So I know you're all jealous, but you know, I'll show you my story later on. You can all show me yours. I know half of you are from Ukraine, so Polish audience, half of you are from Ukraine. It makes sense. You can all just tell me where you're from. We can, yeah. I've probably been there. So, but she took me home and to meet some of her family, and it was an interesting experience. We flew to Lvov. Interesting, going to Ukraine is the only place, you really know when you go to Ukraine, when you get sort of in the duty-free waiting for some vodka, and the guy in front of you with 6 Tiskis and 3 litres of vodka is the pilot that's going to be flying you to Lvov. He really sort of drove home where we were going. When we got there, we were supposed to be staying in a VIP apartment, and we got there and we went inside, and there was a swastika painted on the inside of the lift. And when we got in and we used the showers, all the water came out, it was yellow and it smelled of shit. And I don't know about you, but I perfectly agree that the only things that say VIP to me are Nazi iconography and dodgy liquids coming out of shower heads. That's as far as it gets to edgy in here. This side of the room didn't like that. This side of the room was fine with it. Most of the thing was sitting over here, so it's fine. That's about as much edge as you're going to get out of me, so don't worry. But yeah, so we then went to meet the family. Her uncle is a politician. And you know what politicians in Eastern Europe are like, right? Corruption. So we went, we visited, and I went in, and he didn't seem to speak very much English. So Masha introduced me. So, Pavel, Ben, I speak Russian after 5 years, guys. You've got to learn. You just got to learn. And she said, and I said, hi. I put my hand out to him, and he put his hand out to me, and she said, and his hand paused in mid-reach, and he looked at me, anti-corruption. And he left. Didn't say another word, just left, got the fuck out of there. Anyway, then we decided we'd go and visit the grandparents. So we're driving along, Masha, her aunt, and her aunt's son, so her little cousin. It's about 8, and we're driving along, it's getting kind of dark, and the little kid starts going, and I thought, you know, kids, long car journey, that's usually I want to go for a pee. And so clearly, that's what was happening. We turned off the road, and I thought, okay, we'll stop here, it's dark, there's no lights, he can go for a pee, and then we can get back on the road. But no, we carried on driving up into this wood up this mountain, and I was getting a little worried after a while. You know, I could see the moon through the trees, and I was expecting a werewolf in the background. And I said, Masha, where are we going? Masha's my wife. I said, Masha, where are we going? And she said, ha, we're going to kill you. And then she said it in Russian to her family, and they all went, even a child. Kill. It was great. It was terrifying. So I was shitting myself. We get out there, and we finally get to this house, and it's like this kind of mansion and scary. And we get out, and we get in, and inside the door, there's no grandparents here. There is just the naked body of the Ukrainian politician uncle, sitting with a tiny, inappropriately small towel over himself, drinking vodka and eating sausage. Get your minds out of the gutter. And he says to me, via Masha, do you want to go to a sauna? And I said, no, I'm not really dressed for the sauna. I haven't brought anything with me. I'm British, we don't get naked in saunas. It's not a women, I don't want to do that. Also, you're a politician, you're going to kill me, it's scary. And so he gave me some vodka, and I drank the vodka, and I was kind of, got a little bit tipsy, and then he said, hey, you want to go to the sauna now? And I was like, oh, all right then. And so they gave me this tiny towel, which barely went, like, it was too small, it was like a little hand towel, but I think it might have been a Ukrainian beach towel or something. And I went in, and then I realised that Masha wasn't following me, only the uncle was. And he closed the door, and I sat down, and he looked at me and he was like, hot? Like, yeah, it is hot, yeah. Like, hot? You're hot? So yeah. And he threw a bucket of water on the coals and he left. I was a little bit confused, but whilst he was out, I was looking around and I saw some little tools. And like I said, I'm British, we don't go to saunas, we don't have little sauna tools. And I picked up this one, it was like a little hand thing with lots of rollers on it. And when he came back in, I said, what's this? And he said, oh. And I was sitting down, he picked up my foot and he gave me a little foot massage. Oh, that's very cute. And there was one on a stick. Just a roller on a stick. And I said, what's this for? And he said, lie down. So I lay down. Because you don't say no. And I lay down, and he started rubbing me up and down. Just up and down, tenderly, lovingly. And then he bent down to my face, and he looked right in my eyes, and I didn't think he could speak English. And he said, hey, anti-corruption boy. Welcome to Ukraine. I was confused, right? Because I didn't think he spoke English. I wasn't sure if he was going to kill me or fuck me. Or both. Or neither, as it turned out. There's not really an end to that story. I just thought I quite like it. Bit of fun. Anyway, so yeah. Now the next thing is, you know, so I've been travelling with my wife, been to see her family. I've got to know her lovely family. Hey. Yeah. And the thing is, though, there's still some differences between us, as I think you may have just sort of slightly twigged. I don't actually speak Russian properly. I don't know if you got it in the middle of that, but there was some sort of hints of it in there. And and she doesn't speak English perfectly, obviously. She's a foreigner speaking English, but we speak English together, and she's really good, and it's great. But it obviously means there's some nuances of the language that get lost. So, for example, she was looking the other day at a little bottle of perfume, and she said, oh, Glenn, my perfume has run out, but I don't know the name of perfume. She sounds like that. Go and talk to her after. Probably, I don't know. I don't listen. Is she dead there? That was horrible. I didn't mean that one, I didn't mean that one.
Next sex for 10 years!
We're on our way then. Okay, so I've lost my place again, where was I? Yeah, so she...
Perfume!
Yeah, thank you. So she broke her perfume... Thanks, Glenn, I mean, it wouldn't work without you, mate. Yeah, it was. So she'd broken it, and I said, "Oh well, look on the bottle. There's probably something in there that you know that will tell you the name of it." And I went away and I started playing Football Manager because you know, and then she suddenly from the other room, Ben, I found the name of perfume. You're an eloquent lady. And I said, oh yeah, okay, great. Tell me what it is, and I'll go to the website and I'll order it for you. He said, yes, look, it's called Flammable. No, it doesn't. No, it's not. That means it sets on fire easily. But yeah, okay, and so that's just one example. The other example I can think of off the top of my head is that so my friends came and visited us about a year and a half ago, and they got here, and it was the first time that I actually had met my friends from back home. And so for them, the kind of the thing that people do when they know one person, everyone knows one person, is they all make fun of that person together to make friends themselves. You're making a fucking drink up here, man. I'm gonna be done in a minute. I'm gonna drink a whole lot. Jesus. Yeah. So they were there. They were talking. They were making jokes about me, and they were bonding. It was really nice. And then my friends went to bed, and I said to my wife, I said, Masha. It's really nice that you're getting to know my friends. It's really nice you're making that effort. But do you have to make quite so many jokes at my expense? She said, I didn't make any jokes about finance. Are you high? No, that's not what that means. Yeah, the worst time actually isn't to do with my wife. I'll leave her alone for a second. I was at work not too long ago. You know, it's been a sort of very hot summer. All the girls have been wearing their kind of yoga pants and all these kind of nice things. Good for men to look at, right? Yeah, good for men to look at. Yeah, you like little kids, don't you? I remember you. Shouldn't be doing it, mate. This side of the room knows what's up. I don't know what the fuck that was, sorry. Anyway, so I was walking with my colleague, and this girl walked past us. She was wearing these yoga pants, and I said, and the thing is, in English, if I saw a pretty girl, and not you, but if I said to you, if I looked at you and I said, hey, look at that girl, and I could go like, you know what I mean? I don't need to say anymore, yeah? Say no more. So this guy, there's this girl walked past us, he said, hey Ben. And I said, yeah. And he said, I want to fuck her. I was like, fucking no! That's what the eyebrows are about, you didn't need the extra bit. Fuck! It's working for everyone, it's great, didn't it? Also Russian, and just sort of the last little story that I'll tell you before wrapping up is we've been talking about kids, having them, not stealing them, sir. And I'm sorry, I'm going to buy a beer afterwards. I won't. And then, but the thing is, I like to imagine names of kids that I'm going to have, right? So I spend not a lot of time doing it, but Football Manager has a lot of pauses in it. So I like to sit and imagine what names I'm going to call my kids. Now, ask my wife if she does that. She says, no, I just hope they don't have your whole body. Which I thought was harsh, considering she wasn't even there when the girl said it to me. But the thing is, English names are boring, right? Sam, Ben, Glenn. They're very dull names, right?
It's Scottish names, fuck off.
Alright, okay, sorry, alright. British names then. We have Russian names. Russian names are cool. Like Vladimir, or Yosef, or Donald. That's your one satire joke, yeah! Yeah!
Box ticks.
Yeah, box tick. But the thing is, those names have a bit of baggage associated with them, as I think you'll understand. So I thought I'll go through the list of old Soviet Union names and find some cool ones. This was because I met one of Masha's friends who'd had a little baby called Timofey. And I said, what about Timofey? Yeah, Timothy, though you don't really call your kids Timothy in England anymore. So I thought I'll go and find out. And they said, well, let me tell you some of our names. My glasses, I can't see. No, I can't see at all. So the first name that came out of this amazing research, right? Traktorina. And the thing is, I mean, I guess maybe it's a Russian version of like Americans calling their kids hope or joy. Yeah, like, oh, I want my kid to grow up and give hope to the world. Aha! I want my kid to grow up and spread joy wherever she goes. I want my child to grow up and give great benefits to Soviet economy. I mean, imagine holding in your arms for the first time the living, breathing child and saying, "There, she looks like Traktorina." Fucking weirdos. Yeah, sure, it was a good joke. The next name I found, Octobrina. Yeah, named after the October Revolution. Born in November, of course. And there's your history joke for the intellectuals in the crowd. There's my everybody, yeah! This is the Russian Revolution, right? Yeah, fine! That's got everything. I'll be on Netflix next week. Thing is, obviously October doesn't have that same resonance in England, so we'd have to have something else. Some other famous event in our country's history, I don't know, Falklands War, or It's Coming Home. There's a joke for the moron. And, It's Coming Homer. If you'd let me finish it, It's Coming Homer, because it's a name. Or Brexitina, as somebody shouted out. I don't think...
That's a nice one.
Yeah, it's the best one, I know. But I ruined my own punchline, as I often do. Yeah. So yeah, I don't really like those names though. The other one I found, just as a little aside, was Vaselina. Which sort of, I don't know why it put me in mind of the kind of thing, you know, like the Beckhams called their kid Brooklyn because they fucked in Brooklyn and that's where he was conceived, or something like that, you know. Mummy, why did you call me Vaselina? Well, because Daddy has belly dry. No! I'm not even sure that's how Vaseline's used. But you know, make me laugh. Now, I'm going to wrap up now, this is going to be the end. So, yeah, I know. Yeah, but this is also, yeah, the point is, all these stories about my wife and how great she is, even the mean ones are said with love. So I went to her when I found out that my ex-girlfriend had gotten married and had all these things on Instagram. And I said to her, I don't know, I feel really weird, this is really strange. Isn't it odd that you feel this weird about something 7 years later? And she said, well, let me look at pictures. And so I gave her the pictures, and I said, Sarah, take a look at that. She came back to me about 10 minutes later, and she said, Ben, take a look at these 3 pictures here. And she selected 3 pictures from this list, right? One was a huge neon sign, probably as large as this wall, that said love, that they'd had at their wedding. The other one was a terribly unflattering picture of boat husband, sort of looking a bit like a chin, a bit like a thumb. You wouldn't look at a chin, fuck it, doesn't matter. And a terrible picture of her in her dress, which she obviously thought was nice, but now, and I'm sorry, Rosworth, because I'm about to wrap up now, and this last line that my wife said, you know, it kind of does down on you, but she's a nice woman. Forgive her, right? But she said to me, Ben, look at this. Yeah, you are lucky. She has bad taste. She has fat, ugly fucking hell. She has fat, ugly husband. That's the heckle I'm going to listen to, thank you. I'm not ugly. With his shit boat. And her dress looked like shit. To be honest, you can take the girl out of Poland, but you can't take Poland out of girl. That really cheered me up. It really made me feel happy. It made me laugh a lot, which is one of the reasons why I love my wife so much. It was great. It really made me happy. And it kind of helped me get over it. You know, I don't read the text anymore. I don't have this kind of obsessive feelings about it. The only thing I've got to do now is get my dad to stop subscribing to their Facebook page. Thank you very much, everybody.
just want you to know that Ben, unlike your dad, I do actually follow you on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for coming out and showing some support for Ben and for everybody here. We really do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Please like us on Facebook. Come back and see us again in September. Thank you, and good night.